So everyone should have this pause. 2 minutes, 1x speed, my perspective. Unpause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. 201, 202, 203, 204, 5, 26, 27, 208. Okay. So, creeping my little green dude. Make sure your AOW doesn't take the last hit, because that really sucks. It almost sucks more because it's so like demoralizing. At least it is for me. When an AOW takes a creep, it's so demoralizing. But it didn't this time. So I see he's going bottom, so I'm gonna run to his base just because there's nothing else I can do. If I go try and creep another green, he'll just sit there and attack me with his bottom, and I'll take too much damage. So I decided to run to his base just to kind of scope things out. Sometimes you'll be able to cancel a Moonwell if it's out of position, but his base is relatively good, so I'm not going to be able to cancel any Moonwells because he has those Moonwells in the back. And by running to his base, you can see what he's doing, like for sure, because a lot of people in Night Elf Mirror, like if they see you going DH, then they'll cancel their second AOW, like I did the one game, and they'll do like that Dryad strat that you've seen the last 2 games or whatever, because that's really good against the Demon Hunter. But I saw he did have both his AOWs. Now, when someone's going 2 AOW hunts against you and you have a Demon Hunter first, there's 2 different things that you can, or 2 different ways you can go about approaching it. The first way is you keep making a whole bunch of archers and you just expect to fight him when he pushes your base, okay? Which is what I believe I do this game. The second thing you can do is you can block off your base, only make a couple archers, like 3, maybe 4, and just play extremely defensively when he pushes your base. Both work well. I actually normally block off my base, but on Turtle Rock, like, no one goes bottom. No one goes bottom because there's so many choke points. So I didn't expect them to go bottom. So I built, like I told you, I built those Moonwells so that I could block my wisps off. But when I saw the bottom, because the way I had already arranged my base, I was forced to go for the first of those 2 strategies, which is make a whole bunch of archers and just expect to fight him when he pushes my base. Now, he's doing something that every single Night Elf will do, especially when they're going bottom hunts, is he's just hiding his hunts right outside of my base and waiting for me to creep that the what's it called, the orange right outside of my base. Now, he's doing this on this map, but you can do this on any map. And he does it. I mean, I do it as well. It's not just him. But like on Twisted Meadows, you hide your guy like by the green or by the shop or whatever you think he's gonna creep next. And then as soon as he starts creeping it, then you rape all his archers. And that's one of the ways. That's actually one of the most ways that people end up losing the fight. Now you'll see I have 6 archers in my base. And as long as I have all those Moonwells there to heal all of my archers, he's not gonna win this fight. So you see he uses a dust, but the thing is, I just you just keep fighting, and you keep using those Moonwells to heal your archers, and you'll eventually win that fight. So that's one of the big things. Just keep your archers in your base. Don't try and creep whenever they're doing those bottom hunt things, because one thing is for sure, you know he's not creeping. So you know he's either going to be pushing your base or trying to jack you. And if he is creeping, then go creep like the biggest freaking thing you can, because with this many archers, like if he was creeping, if like you see I have my 1 wisp over by that red mine. If he went and crept that red mine, I would have went and crept my red mine. Well, he wouldn't even been able to creep that red mine. If he would have crept like that green with those like 6 hunts, I would have went and I would have crept the red with my Demon Hunter. I would have gotten the level 3 Demon Hunter off of it. But I saw he wasn't creeping anything, so I just left my archers in my base to defend. And now you'll see I'm going 2 lores. Usually when you make this many archers, you're just going to do an archer dryad push. When you're doing the other of the 2 strategies, which is like just blocking off your base and then with like just a couple archers, when you do that, what you do is you build an AP behind your Moonwell, and then you use the AOW to like point off your base. I'm not sure how to describe it. If you ever watch any of my replays against Orc, I always block my base against Orc. It's the same thing. But anyway, you use that AOW to block off your base, and you just make ballistas with You make ballistas with that AOW, and the ballistas are enough usually to stop the push. And but you have to make sure that you have enough room for your lures in the back of your base. And then when you have enough room for the lures in the back of your base, and you're doing that strat that I mentioned, you just go straight bears, and then once you have like 4 or 5 bears, you just go out and fight him. And even if he has like 2 APs up on his base, if you have 4 or 5 bears, then you're gonna win the fight no matter what. So you see I'm fighting him here. I'm just kind of attack clicking just to do as much damage as I can to all of his units, and just running the archers back that he focuses. Once I start getting into the range of the towers, he starts backing up his hunt so that I take the most damage from the towers. But I'm just going to sit there and defend my base, and I'm going to make ballistas from my AOW and just hang out by my AOW so he can't push my base. It's really relatively simple. Now, I would say this is the safer of the 2 strategies, like Archer Dryad versus going straight bear. Obviously, it's a bit safer, but bear is a good strategy as well. I mean, it's nice to know more than one, because once you start to master the strategies, you know when one is more effective than the other. And on certain maps, it's more effective and whatnot. Now, one thing I do that's kind of cool. When someone is doing this, they're going to have to start making ballistas, and especially if you have a boots on your DH. I didn't buy boots on my DH because I was massing archers, but what you do is just run your DH to the middle of the map, and you'll be able to jack his ballistas while he hasn't rallied to his base, because you don't really need that DH in your base. And then he just calls GG, because I'm making ballistas and I have a bigger army and he can't really fight me. So, okay, so that's that game. And you'll see that was relatively simple. I think I lost like 1 archer that game or something. He was doing that double OW hunt push. It's really not that hard to stop. That's why you don't see the pro level games or whatever, because it's really easy to stop. But what you do see is the other thing that he could have done, which is in my opinion much more effective, is you go 50 food with those hunts, and then you like expo 2 mines, and then you just don't fight him in his base. So if I was Rotham that game and I saw I had that many archers and dryads and stuff, there is no way I would have even tried to do that. I would have went and I would have crept that red next to my mine, I would have expoed, and then I would have crept the shop and got heal scrolls, and then I would have tried to jack him somewhere with like Scout Hawk or if I have a Scout Wisp anywhere. But like trying to do that push on Total Rock is, I mean, that's one of the reasons why you don't see Potom on Total Rock, is just what I showed you. It's way too easy to defend your base. Okay. Okay, so that was that game. I think I have 1 more, thank goodness. Oh yeah, okay. Oh no, I'm maybe 2 more if I don't want to do the Philboy. I'm just gonna do 1 more. Okay, so the last game. It's against Rotham once again. This is going to be Rotham Game 2 on Total Rock. This is a really good one in my opinion. This is probably the best one. Nice. Save the best for last. I do remember this game. This game was played just a couple days ago too. Okay, so same thing. You paused at 2 minutes, going at 1x speed. This game is a really fun one, I remember. I think if it's the game I'm thinking of. This is the game that you're going to start seeing more and more of, just because the pros are starting to do it more. Ugh. Sorry. Basically, this is doing Dryad Bear against Archer Dot, which is starting to become more and more popular, going dots in Night Elf Mirror. But that's basically what this replay is. But everyone, get this game queued up. Take a look at my base and his base, pretty much identical. Yeah, so he's like kind of protecting his wisps as well with his altar and his moonwell. And if you look at my base, you can't walk through that the way I have it built. So I'm kind of protecting my wisps as well. So base builds are pretty much exactly the same. Scout Wisp, pretty much exactly the same. Really, pretty much everything is exactly the same so far. Let's see which Demonman we get. Okay, so everyone should have this queued up. This is Rotham Game 2 Total Rock. My